Hi, welcome back to Ideas Box. Thanks for checking out another video. I'm Jimmy, and today's video is about refletching an arrow which had one come loose. I am working on a cabinet for my camera collection and found a few minutes to sort this arrow out too. Anywho, let's get into it.
So I've done one. I'll just do the other one. Now I've wiped that down with wax and grease remover. So I'll just gently wipe. Down the gluing surface of the fletch. Actually, what I'll do is, if I put it in the fletching jig, and the way you do that is you put it in there very carefully so that it sits where that texture mark is, and there we go. Get that all to sit nicely, and so that's in there nice now. See, it's nice and straight, nice and even. Give it a gentle wipe with wax and grease remover. Just use my shockproof super glue. You can buy fletch type, but I don't have any left. So put a tiny bead along there, just the tiniest little bit. Not very much at all. Oops, it's getting a bit messy, isn't it? Try it that way. No, that works better. You don't want very much on there. Because you put a little dot at the end anyway. And then you get that on the magnets, and then so the magnet aligns it, then that face contacts down there, and then you bring that down until it's hard on the arrow like that. And there we go. Wait for that glue to set. Right, so I'll do this last fletch, and that can glue while I have a look at what I'm doing with this cabinet. If anybody sees anything I'm doing wrong doing this fletching, let me know in the comments, because I haven't done a lot of this, and I'm sure that there's probably an easier way, a better way. I know I'm using the wrong glue, but like I said, I don't have any fletch tight. I think it's half an excuse to get on the interwebs and get some, isn't it? So I'll put some glue along this fletch here. Here we go. So I just need to put a little bit of this. It's like a gel super glue. It's actually quite good. It sort of takes a little bit of shock, better than you'd think. There we go. Okay, so I'll put the lid straight back on that because it skinned over last time. Now, that plate there goes on those two magnets. So you do that, get that down till it contacts that face there, bring it down, and that's it there, I think. Yep. So I'll let that glue set. So the last thing you do is you put a drop of glue at the front of all three fletches. So that one's a little bit further forward than the other two, but I don't think it'll make a great deal of difference. Not at my skill level, I'm not shooting for the Olympics. So you put a little drop just there. Little drop just there. Little drop just there. And the same at the back. Drop just there. There. Just helps hold the edge down because that's where it's going to peel from first. Right. Put the lid back on the glue. because when you put it on your bow, there is the knock, like that goes on the string, so that is what they call the knock fletch or the cock fletch. When it goes on the bow, the knock goes like that on the bowstring, and then the arrow goes on the arrow rest. So that is your knock fletch, or some people call it the cock fletch, because that's the master. So what I'll do is now, because all my fletches are the same colour, I'll just put a black dot on that with a permanent marker. So there you go, that's how I fletch an arrow when I'm busy doing something else as well, this cabinet here. So I'll get on the internet tonight and get some fletch type, because some of the other fletches are loose as well. But that's just in case I see a bunny or a fox tonight. So I should be able to get them with this. When the arrow is placed on the bow, that goes on the string, that's the knock, that goes on the bowstring. That one points away, that fletch points away from the bow body, and those two are allowed to just pass by the body of the bow. So I'll mark this one with a permanent marker, just put a black dot, both sides, just so that I can see it. So that way when I go to put it on and draw it back, it is the right one. So ordinarily you would have a different colour knock fletch or cock fletch, whatever you want to call it. But as I don't, I'll put a black dot on there, so when I grab it, if I'm in a hurry, I can just make sure that it's aligned correctly. You can see that's a little bit out of alignment, not perfect, but like I said before, for the quality of my shooting, that's fine. So there's the arrow. See, it's got a bit of a twist to make the arrow spin. I don't normally recommend too many things, but this Bitzenberger Dial O Fletch Master is really good. It's got a nice heavy base, so you can sit it on the bench. It doesn't need to be clamped into a vise or anything. This thingamajig's magnetic, so you put your arrow in there, with the knock goes into the little thingamajig in there, then that goes on there. You slide it down till it meets your arrow. It's got all these different settings. I haven't messed with that because my fletches are 120 degrees apart, so I haven't messed with that. But I do have that and that set for the center line of my arrows, for the diameter of my arrows. So yeah, very good bit of gear. It's the only one I've ever used. However, I've done half a dozen arrows and they've all worked, well, pretty much perfectly. They shoot good, and it's easy to use. So yeah, I don't recommend much, but I can definitely recommend the Bitzenberger fletching jig.
Okay, thanks for watching. As you see, it's not a complicated task, and the jig I use is very good and easy to use. Make sure to click like and subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell too. Well, I reckon that's it for today, so bye for now.